The NFL on EA Sports has come to the Twin Cities at U.S. Bank Stadium in downtown Minneapolis. Coming up, we've got a good matchup on tap between the Los Angeles Chargers and the Minnesota Vikings. Two teams more than ready to get this one started. And we are underway from downtown Minneapolis. Kenny Nwagu now out of his end zone.
The Vikings take over first down and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy.
First and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Cousins on first down. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. On 2nd and 10, Cousins. That's complete to Justin Jefferson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. First down there, and he'll pick up the 25.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
Well, a little bit of space there for Cook that time as he winds up getting about 7 there on first down. Second down and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
Cousins gives way to Cook. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run. And let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down. Otherwise, it's going to be a long afternoon.
And he'll get about 5 here as he'll take this down inside the 20-yard line.
It's a gain of 5.
2nd and 5 now. Cousins. And it's caught in the end zone for the Viking touchdown by Justin Jefferson. From 19 yards away. And the Vikings will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Greg Joseph on for the extra point. He's got it, and the Vikings take a 7-0 lead.
Makes the score Vikings 7, Chargers 7.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. Taken at the 15, a short kick.
The Chargers take over first and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Herbert and the Chargers now with a 1st and 10 at their own 27. Running on first down, Eckler. 12 yards there as they move the chains. All right, I got to ask you, with these RPOs, essentially the quarterback has 3 options, right? So what's different from that versus the triple option that we see the service academies run at the college level?
As a general rule, the triple option at the college level, most things are called outside of the quarterback faking it to the runner and then keeping it himself and maybe having a trail back. What I mean is, in the NFL, that option to throw the football all comes about organically. It's a natural deal based on reads. In college, if you're going to throw the football for triple option, you've actually called that play.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. A give, Eckler running to the right. And some room to maneuver. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. 40 yards rushing for him now in his first 2 carries in the ballgame.
I love football lingo and the evolution of it all. Nickel defense makes sense, right? 5 defensive backs. But then you go to 6. What are you going to call that? And they call it a
double
dime.
it.
A dime, which is just very simple for them. The math doesn't add up. But I know one thing, offenses love to run against dime defenses. Typically, the bigger guys have an advantage against the smaller defensive backs when they're blocking downfield.
Yeah, we saw that advantage right there. First down, and they stick with Eckler. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. Back at the 2 now. Here's 2nd and goal. Trying to punch it in with Eckler. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. Austin Eckler taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Chargers respond to that opening drive touchdown with one of their own. Well, first quarter, maybe too early to talk about statement drives, Charles, but that sure seemed like a statement drive right there.
Well, if we're going to talk about statement drives, I think what they're saying is we're going to establish the run. They gave it to him early and often on this drive, and he wound up taking it into the end zone.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Nwangu now from his end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. On 2nd down, it's Cook again. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield.
Brings up 3rd down and 11.
On 3rd down, Cousins. Got an open man finding Jefferson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big 30-yard play on 3rd. To throw is Cousins. Open here, Adam Thielen. Touchdown, Vikings! Adam Thielen, 49 yards. And the Vikings have moved out in front. Joseph now on the PAT. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. A fairly short kick from the 14. And able to get this out to the 25. The Charger drive about to get going. They trail a one-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. Coming up on 2nd and 7. Herbert. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
With a dime look on defense, 2 extra defensive backs on the field are covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Allen has it, left side. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
A gain of 16 yards. First down, Chargers.
Play action this time for Justin Herbert. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Textbook coverage right there. Played the ball, never lost sight of where it was headed, and stayed in perfect position to make a play on it. Able to keep the receiver and the quarterback in his sight lines.
And Herbert able to get this one to Eckler out of the backfield. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Herbert back to the air. He's got a man, complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. One heck of a 3rd down conversion, 33 yards.
Well, partner, that's how you make a long drive suddenly not so long anymore. One big play, and they're already in field goal range with designs on getting more than that.
Herbert operating from the red zone. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Trying to force it to Allen, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And the Vikings are going to take over at their own 28-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Following the interception, Cousins. That is caught by Thielen. And some space here. And he's going to be shoved out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. A big play there, Cousins to Thielen. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Throwing, Cousins. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. And it's caught in the end zone for the Viking touchdown by Justin Jefferson. Kirk Cousins with 3 touchdown passes now in the afternoon. And the Vikings have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Joseph connects on the extra point, and it's now 21-7. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. taken at the 50. And a mistake on the lateral. It's a loose ball. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
On first down, it's Herbert. Trying to force it to Allen, and it's intercepted. Oh, they try a lateral on the return, and now the ball's loose. Down the numbers. There he goes. The 30. 10. And he will score. Touchdown, LA. But that's got to be so disappointing for a defense. You force the fumble, think you got a chance at a turnover, and instead, not only do you give up the football, you also give up a touchdown as well.
Yeah, you just think to yourself, you've done all the hard work, right? You forced the fumble, but when they didn't come up with it, I think they relaxed a little bit or maybe lost their focus as well, and it ended up turning out to be a touchdown against them.
Extra point good by Hopkins, and they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
First down, here's Cousins. And he'll find Thielen on the right side. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it out past the 45. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for first and 10. Cousins. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. To throw once more on second and 10. Cousins, complete. Jefferson the target. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. They'll throw again. Cousins. 20. 10. For touchdown. Vikings. KJ Osborne as the first half is winding down. And the Vikings will extend their lead here just before halftime. Joseph connects on the extra point, and the lead now up to 14.
Vikings 28, Chargers 14.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Pulls it in at the 13. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Charger drive about to get going. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. On second down and 4. Herbert. And incomplete on the deep ball.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked by Cameron Bynum. Oh, they try a lateral on the return, and now the ball's loose. And I think they are going to get this one back. Well, that would have been something, double turnovers, but instead they'll keep the possession on the INT. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3 alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Chargers going to get the football first here in this second half, and they trail as we get back underway. Now a hit and a loose football.
Total on the play. Recovered by the receiving team.
The Charger drive about to get going. And they're down on the scoreboard. Sort of a sloppy first half. And Coach Davis, if you were in the locker room, what would the message have been?
I think I'd have to go with something you don't ordinarily go with in the NFL. That's like fire and brimstone. You've got to fire these guys up. Make them understand what's going on out there. They were so sloppy in the first half. Too many turnovers. Tighten things up. Maybe get in their face a little bit. Get in their grill. And then send them back out.
A gain there of 30 big ones.
And this offense needed something to try and seize the momentum a little bit. That might have been exactly what they needed. Now they have a chance to go downfield and score and cut into the lead.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Once more, here's Eckler. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's 3rd down. A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. Across the formation, he's got a man. That's Allen. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 22-yard line. Up the middle with Eckler. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
Here's Herbert now on 2nd down. And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete.
Well, to say that this has not been his game is probably a big understatement. I mean, he is all over the place. Mechanics are off. Not accurate, except if you're playing on defense, because they picked off a good number of passes.
Yeah, all the INTs, but they're throwing it off his back for pressure coming, just chucking it downfield. He can't do that right now.
No, you can't do that at all. And I think one of the hardest things for a guy having a day like this one is to find a way to just kind of get out of it, kind of get yourself back to neutral. Because what you try and do is make even more spectacular plays to make up for it, and it usually leads to more bad.
Try to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And the Vikings are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on 4th down. Tough one there. First drive of the 3rd quarter, throw an interception, and now a chance that they could be in even a bigger hole if they can convert this into points.
Yeah, but how good do you feel if you're that defensive coordinator right now? Because you just know that the head coach looked at him and said, turn him loose, big man. And he'd be able to take a few extra chances playing with this type of a lead, and boy, it paid off.
On 1st and 10, Cousins. He's going to get this one down to Cook. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the 22-yard line.
Cousins. They're looking for Jefferson, but this is intercepted. Derwin James with a pick. And the Chargers are going to take possession of the football. Now a give running left is Eckler. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 86 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
It's Eckler again. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down. Off the play fake to Eckler, it's Herbert. He's going to let it go end zone for Allen. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for him. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. Keenan Allen, 33 yards. And the Chargers have got it back to within a score. That's the score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Now it's Hopkins to add the extra point. The PAT good. It would draw him closer, but hold on just a second. A flag is down on the field. And that flag accepted. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. Osborne on the return from his end zone. And he's going to be taken down inside the 10 at about the 8-yard line.
Anytime you feel the kickoff inside your own end zone, you've got to be decisive about whether you're bringing it out or not. Sometimes that indecision can really cost you. That may have been what happened on that play.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Asante Samuel Jr. And the Chargers are going to take possession of the football. But such a costly interception. Nearly a pick six, but now they're so close they are knocking on the door for a touchdown.
And I never want to get on any team for being aggressive because that's part of what their makeup is, and oftentimes it's successful. But in this case, you've got to be selective about it and make sure you take care of the football. That interception almost cost them 6 points. Now their defense has to run onto the field, probably giving the quarterback a few side eyes along the way. They've got to see if they can stop a score.
And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
When that works, your offensive coordinator looks like a genius. When it doesn't, it leaves folks saying, what are you doing? Down here, I'd rather have my tailback running off tackle than something off the radar like this.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That's a pretty play there. Got in at the last second, helped force the ball free, and kept them out of the end zone.
Now Herbert, 3rd and goal. That's complete, right around the 8. And here he'll get it down to the 7. A great job to hold him to just a yard there. Now it's 4th and goal. Here we go on 4th. Herbert, the quick slant caught. He's going to be stopped shy of the end zone. 3 quarters have come and gone. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. This offense returning out there, and really you remember the last drive, Charles, it was over before it even began. They threw the interception on the very first play.
And what that means is for all these guys, it's been a while since they've been out there going full speed, so they've got to get right back out there, run a couple of your go-to plays, make sure you get your offense oiled up a little bit. They've got to be able to start fast, but they've got to be efficient as well.
Especially the quarterback. Now an end around as Cousins will just pop this forward. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. They'll try and wind out some clock with Cook. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And behind the chains, 2nd and 13. They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. Now on 2nd and 13, Cousins. And his throw is incomplete. This a very important drive, and that incompletion leads to a very important 3rd down here if they're going to try and get the football back.
Yeah, getting it back, absolutely crucial to their chances to try and win this game. I would expect a lot of pressure here. They can't afford to let them continue to get 1st downs and eat away at the clock.
Hey, receiver. Listen to me. Good route here.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by J.C. Jackson. And the Chargers are going to take possession of the football. A seismic shift in momentum here in the 4th quarter. That's the break that the defense needed.
And you know as well as I do, people are going to question the play call in that situation. Sometimes you have to question the execution, not necessarily the call. And in this case, those defenders found a way to give their team a chance.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 18 big yards on that one, and a Charger first.
And that's not a play that you see all that often at the start of a drive, but some teams, they don't mind doing it. And that one, well sold by the offensive lineman. They showed the pass, and then they got out into space, able to get some good blocks downfield and allow the play to be successful.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete. On 2nd and 10, the ball back with Herbert. That's complete to the tight end, Everett. And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Now it's Herbert. Touchdown! Keenan Allen with a touchdown reception from Justin Herbert. And the Chargers are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes. Well, the hard part's done. Now they just need to split the posts, tie it up, but then their defense is going to have to hold up to send it to overtime.
Yeah, no matter what. I know there's an inclination in it when you have momentum to go for 2 here, but if you miss it, you don't give your defense a chance at all.
Plus, it's been a good game. I want to see overtime. I'm selfish.
You obviously don't have a flight to catch.
Tomorrow. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th. So right back to square one, tied at 28 as he kicks it away. Nwangu now from his end zone. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30, right about the 29.
The Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
And this is going to be intercepted. And he brings this one back. It's a pick six and a Charger TD.
You little sorry ass, you better fucking quit, yeah, you little fucking sorry ass, bitch. But no, good when your little bitch ass had the fucking lead in it. Yeah, I know it, motherfucker.
Tie game, fourth quarter. That's about as big of a defensive play as you can possibly make.
And it didn't happen by accident. That was scouting right there. They've seen things that have happened before. They knew in certain situations type of plays they like to run. Read it, and were able to go after the football, get it, and take it into the end zone for a touchdown for themselves.
Vikings 28.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Here's Rager. He's going to bring this one out. And they're going to start in a hole as he's brought down at the 11.
The Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 11-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Now they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Here's Cousins. Oh, he forces one there. It's a potential dagger as it's intercepted. And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football. So the defense helping him out a little bit here late in the fourth.
Yeah, and you're exactly right. And when you're the one doing the chasing, you'll take a little help from the other guys, won't you?
Cousins. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. And he was plus 5 seconds there with the football. Is there a time that a quarterback has to get rid of it?
Somewhere generally around 3 seconds. So just like we're playing in our turkey ball, right, in our backyards, 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, that ball better be gone because anything past that, that's usually the end result.
And that's intercepted yet again, and that could be the backbreaker. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. And the Chargers are going to take possession of the football.
You fucking sorry, you little fucking sorry ass.
And now all of this, what's happened?
So when you start to write your novel, you'll start out with, it was a tale of two halves, won't you?
Hey, but I'm a bad writer.
I don't know exactly what happened because sometimes teams can go in with a lead and get too comfortable, too relaxed, and a couple things go wrong, and it's hard to get back that good feeling.
Eckler going to get it again on second down. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he's across for the touchdown.
You little fucking sorry ass.